Hello, beautiful friends. Welcome back to my channel. Today, we're talking about how working with a coach can help you reach your goals in ways that you cannot do alone. If you're new to my channel, my name is Sarah. I am a certified life and business coach, and I help creatives, spiritual entrepreneurs, and heart centered service providers build the lives and businesses of their dreams. And I'm going live every day in January to discuss goals, goal setting, all things related to New Year's resolutions, top of the year, Capricorn season energy. If you're watching over on Instagram, I'm live at the same time on Instagram, just to remind you that very shortly this Instagram will be going dark and I'll be entirely over on YouTube. So go follow me there at Intuitive Edge Coaching. If you're watching on YouTube, make sure you hit the subscribe button so you never miss it when I post a new video or when I go live, and we can hang out all the time this year, which I'm really looking forward to. So let me just get into this topic. I want to say once again, I said this yesterday, I didn't want to do this today. I have a goal, which is to go live every day in January. It's the weekend. It's my first weekend of this challenge that I made to myself. It's very Sunday. It's 3 o'clock and I only got dressed and put makeup on and got my life together to make this video. I have been laying around in my pajamas all day long and napping with my cats, and it's been very lovely. But I want to stick to this commitment, especially because I'm talking about reaching your goals, and I can't not walk my talk for y'all. So that being said, let's talk about this. Before I break down why I believe that coaching helps you reach your goals in ways that you can't do alone, I'm going to share two phrases that I say commonly. They're in my head. They're part of my relationship to coaching. And then I'm going to break down why these are the reason that I think this way. So the first is, you can't read the label from inside the bottle. And the next is, your best thinking got you here. So I am a coach, obviously. I said that at the top, but I also am a consumer of coaching. I am someone who loves coaching. I have had life coaches and business coaches at various points throughout my life for 20 years. I feel like I'm going to sneeze. I'm looking at the light. I've heard that stops you from sneezing. Okay, good. It went away. So I have long been a lover of coaching, and I got so much benefit from working with coaches. In many ways, at a certain point, more than I was finding from working with traditional talk therapists. And I think that both have a place. I think that both are wonderful. But by the time I got to coaching, I no longer felt like I needed to sit and process through things that had happened in my past. And coaching is really about holding the space between where you're at right now and where you want to be in the future. And it's really focused on behavioral change and helping you create the life you want in the future for yourself. And that was the support that I really needed when I started going to coaches. And I've also been a big lover of self-help. I read self-help books. I listen to personal development podcasts. Back when I started, we didn't have podcasts. So I was listening to literally cassette systems that you could buy for personal development. Like they would be on infomercials. I'm old. But I would pick up, a Zig Ziglar, like the old school, big box sets of cassettes related to personal development, and listen to them and read self-help books. I journaled. I've always been someone who is very interested in my own mind and in growth and in healing and in changing my life. And maybe one day I'll come on YouTube and I'll tell a little bit of backstory. But when I was younger, I had a really, really hard time, and I never thought that I was going to see adulthood. And so at a certain point, when I became interested in realizing that I could change everything about my life, I could change how I thought, I could change how I felt, I could change the type of person that I was, and that everything was much more malleable and much more plastic than we're led to believe, that changed a lot for me in my life. And so I love coaching, and that is what led me to become a coach. I also grew up in performing arts. And so this leads us to, you can't read the label from inside the bottle. Excuse me, I don't know why I just suddenly started having some little allergy moment. If you grow up in performing arts or playing sports, you are no stranger to coaching. You spend your whole life being coached, and it changes your relationship to feedback and to criticism. A lot of people, if they didn't grow up in performing arts, they didn't play sports, they didn't have some kind of like rigorous relationship with a craft, they may feel very avoidant of criticism. But in sports, in performing arts, you go out of your way to get criticism. You want notes. You want to go find the person who you believe can help you be better or be the best at your craft, at your sport. And you want to get that person's feedback. And this is the you can't read the label from inside the bottle idea. When you are executing something, you can't see what you're doing because you're too busy doing it. You need someone outside to be watching you. And ideally, you want that person to be an expert, and you want that to be a person who you trust, can assess what's going on with you, can assess the way that you're executing, can assess your current level, can accurately assess your potential and your skill set, and then can give you the pointers you need in the correct order to get you from the level you're at now to your next level. If you want to, if you're a baseball player and you want to hit the most home runs, I am not a baseball player, but I'd assume you're going to go get a batting coach. And that person is going to watch you swing the bat and connect with the ball. And they're going to watch you do it over and over. You can't see yourself doing it. You're focused on doing it. So you need that person standing on the outside to say, choke up more, take your back foot farther, twist your hips more. This is everything I know about baseball all right here. And it's just from batting cages. But you get the idea. You need that person, that expert who understands the mechanics of what you're trying to do and can weigh what you're doing against what they know to be best practices and can make connections that you're not making that can help you improve your execution. And seeking that out helps you grow by leaps and bounds. So if someone is trying to do it all on their own, they're trying to do it from watching videos, they're trying to do it from reading books. I'm not knocking either of those things. Obviously, I'm here teaching on video. I'm writing a book. Like, I love books. I love videos. I love podcasts. I love all those things. But knowledge doesn't teach, only experience teaches. And you can read all about it and you can try, but you can't see what you're doing from the outside, and you don't know what you don't know. And so going and seeking out that expert level person who can stand there and watch you execute is that next phase of development. If you have been stuck at the same level and you can't figure out why you're improving, you cannot read the label from inside the bottle. Now, the next thing that I said was your best thinking got you here. Coaching is frequently referred to as thought partnership. And why would you need a thought partner? Well, you need a thought partner because your best thinking got you where you are now. And if you don't like where you are now, or you think it could be better, but you can't figure out how, it doesn't mean that the information isn't available. It's just not currently available to you. You have some ways of thinking that are not producing you the results that you're looking for in your life or in your business, in your craft. And you don't always know what those are. I don't always know what those are. We don't always know what they are because our ways of thinking are so ingrained. We live with them all the time. And a lot of this about the ways that we think are connected to our limiting beliefs. They're connected to what we think is possible in the world, what we think is possible for ourselves and our lives, what we think can be achieved in a certain amount of time, what we've seen. We have all kinds of thoughts that we just think are pretty much true, and we live with them all the time. I just talked to someone recently about their business, and I was asking them what their goals were, and they told me a number goal, it was a 5-figure month goal, but it didn't quite feel as much as like I felt like their business could do. And I asked them, well, why is that your goal? And they said, well, I would actually like 4 times that. But it was a 6-figure goal. I actually would like that, but I don't think that that's very likely. And I think it's going to be easier for me to hit this other goal first. So I'm not even going to ask for that bigger goal. I want to just focus on hitting this smaller goal. That seems like a very logical way of thinking to them. It's the way they've been approaching things and it's been keeping them stuck. And so when I started asking, well, why wouldn't we just go straight for the bigger goal? Let's talk about this bigger goal. Let's get into why you want this bigger goal. What we figured out really quickly was she did want the bigger goal. And the only reason she was kind of capping herself at the smaller goal was because she had all of these thoughts about what was realistic and what was possible. And what was practical and what she could achieve this year. And all of those things felt very true for her. And as a thought partner, I was able to step in and say, well, let's pull those things out for a second. What if that's not true? What if this is possible? Let's look at the ways that we could reach this goal this other way. And we really were able to completely change the trajectory of her goal set really quickly just by questioning whether or not the thoughts she had been thinking about her approach were really absolute truth, were the only possibilities. And we don't always recognize the way that our habitual thought patterns hold us back from growing, hold us back from expanding, hold us back from reaching our full potential until we say our thoughts out loud to, again, someone we've sought out who we believe is an expert, who understands what we do, who understands what we want, who has a proven track record of getting there themselves. And we say what we're thinking, and they say, oh, that's interesting. Tell me more about that. I've seen other people do this. I know ways that this could be done. Have you considered this, this, and this? And you maybe haven't because that hasn't been your reality. That's why you're seeking a mentor. The other thing about Your Best Thinking Got You Here is that your coach has none of your limiting beliefs. Excuse me, that noise is a cat. Ma'am, can you stop what you're doing? No, I don't want you to do that. Thank you. Somebody told me recently that I talk to my cats like I'm the headmistress at a British boarding school, and I thought that was really funny. There's a lot of excuse me, ma'am. Excuse me, miss. Where are you supposed to be? So what was I saying? Your limiting beliefs, that your coach does not have your limiting beliefs about yourself. Your coach does not share your limiting beliefs about what's possible for you. Your coach does not have any of your self-worth wounds. Your coach does not hold any of the places where you doubt yourself or think that the things that you want are too big or impossible in ways that feel very deep and emotionally rooted. Your coach doesn't have that. Your coach only knows what you're walking in the door with, and they're assessing. I see what you're working with. I see what you're saying you want. I know how to get from here to there. And so I am completely capable of walking you through those steps. I have no attachment to the belief that you can't have it. I have no attachment to the belief that you're not good enough. I have no attachment to the fact that one time you tried that in second grade and somebody told you you sucked. Like, I have none of your wounds as your coach. My coach has none of my wounds. And so we don't always realize how the ways that we tell ourselves this isn't practical, this isn't realistic, this can't be done this quickly, this is going to take a long time, this is going to be hard, that we relate to these things as though they are absolute truth. And when we bring someone else in to help us think things through, we can see where our best thinking is not necessarily the thinking that's capable of getting us to our next level. And we need to be able to expand the way that we're seeing the world, the way that we're seeing potential, the way that we're seeing what's possible, the way that we are approaching our subject matter. All of that is malleable and negotiable. And if you have a good coach and you have a relationship with that coach where there is trust and you believe them and you feel supported by them, it creates a condition in which you become open to trying on some different thought patterns that may open up the pathway between where you are now and where you've been trying to get to that you couldn't quite get to on your own. So those are my 3 examples or reasons for why I believe that working with a coach can help you reach your goals faster for sure than you would be able to on your own, but sometimes in ways that you just are not able to on your own. You need someone to watch you execute, to show you what's not working, and to help you make small tweaks and improvement to your performance so that you can level up, because you can't read the label from inside the bottle. You need someone to help you think things through and understand what you're trying to build and why you're trying to build it that way, because your best thinking got you here and may not be the best thinking to get you to the next level. And because we get attached to the stories that we tell ourselves about who we are and what's possible for us, and your coach does not share any of your limiting beliefs. Um, Let me know what you thought about this, and if this was helpful for you, please leave a comment. Again, if you're watching on Instagram, this is a reminder that this Instagram is going dark very soon. I'm also live on YouTube. I'm going live on YouTube every day this month. Make sure you head over there and follow me at Intuitive Edge Coaching. The other thing I would like to invite you into, if this made you go, dang, I think I do want to work with a coach. For the top of the year, I am opening up some special one-off 90-minute breakthrough coaching sessions. I very rarely open up single sessions. Usually to work with me, you have to work with me for a little bit longer. But these 90-minute breakthrough sessions are really good at the top of the year to work through your goals for this year, to work through your plans for this year, to go through, if you have a business, if you want to look at your marketing, your messaging, your content plans for this year, your sales plans for this year, your offers, or to define a new offer. If you want to outline a curriculum, something we can go really deep on in 90 minutes to get you a big breakthrough in an area where usually by yourself it would take you weeks or months to do this thing on your own. We will get together and we will make it happen for you in a very short period of time. And they're $100 off right now. I'm going to put the link for that in the show notes. And if you're watching on Instagram, just DM me the word breakthrough and I'll send you the link. Go ahead and book yourself a session. I would love to support you in making sure that you reach all of your goals in 2024. Thank you so much for being here. Again, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Okay, love you. Bye.